Okay, can everyone see my desktop? Okay, perfect. So this is logged in to GeniuX.com. And you'll see that we have a new link here called the LFMTE Theme Generator. Now, right now, we are beta testing this. There might be a few bugs, even though we're pretty happy with the results. And I think you're going to be really impressed when you see what we've done. But there might be a few bugs and there might be a few things that we're improving here and there. So for right now, we've set it up so when you create a theme, it doesn't use any of your existing credits. Instead, what we're doing is we're giving everyone 5 free themes every month that they can build using the theme generator. So if you're a member of GeniuX and if you're a Genius member, you should see this link right here. And this is the LFMTE Theme Generator. So it's a step-by-step wizard that guides you through the process of designing your theme. So the first thing that you need to do is you just need to decide what you want the layout to be. Do you want this layout that has the tabs and the menu at the top? Or do you want the classic sidebar layout? So you can choose either one. So for this example, I'm going to go with the sidebar layout. So I'm just going to click that and then I'll click continue. Now the next thing that you do is you decide which of your sites you want to design. So it'll choose all of your LFMTE sites here. I'm going to choose Traffic Splash. And if you want, you can enter one down here. We did one for farm traffic earlier for Brian because Brian was one of the people who was having issues with the new banner click rewards plugin. We still had one of the older themes on farm traffic. So farm traffic was actually the first new theme that we had redesigned using the LFMTE theme generator. So if your site isn't listed here, you can type it in. But for most LFMTE owners, you'll have all of your sites already filled in. So you just select which site you want to build it for. And then you can enter any optional instructions. I'm just going to say, um, give it a fun tropical beach theme. And you can just explain what type of design you want. If you want, you can leave this blank. And what GeniuX will do is it'll look at your existing site, which I'll show you in a minute, but it'll look at your existing site and it'll get an idea of what your theme is, what your color scheme is. But if you want anything specific here, you can just enter the instructions here. So I'm going to click continue. Now, if you have any images that you want used in your theme, you can upload them here. So let's say you have a logo or you have a mascot. For example, on Traffic Splash, we have Splashy the Dolphin. Just for this demo, I'm just gonna upload I'm gonna upload logo. This is a logo of Traffic Splash. So I'm just gonna upload this, but if you have any images that you want the theme generator to use, this is where you can upload them. So if you have a logo or a mascot, you can upload all of that here, and then GeniuX will review those images and it'll implement them into your design. So now that I've chosen my site, Traffic Splash, and I've uploaded my logo, I'm just going to let it start working. And this process will take normally between 5 to 10 minutes because what it does is it looks at your existing site. So right now it's looking at Traffic Splash, and it's looking at what I already have. And in a minute, you should see it pop up. Yep, there we go. So here is my existing Traffic Splash site. And you can see I actually have a Halloween theme. This isn't the usual Traffic Splash design. And that's actually related to the special bonus that we have for you today. So I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But while this is working in the background, like I said, this will take about 5 to 10 minutes because it's completely redesigning the theme. And then as it works, it checks its work. It looks at what it's done, it makes tweaks, it makes revisions. And then once it's fairly happy with its own design, it'll present what it's created to you. And then you'll have a chance to ask for revisions. You can make up to 10 revisions for a theme, and you have up to 48 hours to do so. So you can download the theme, you can put it on your site, and then you have 48 hours to decide, is there anything you want to change? And then you'll be able to go back and request those revisions. But while this is working, let me just show you some of the designs that we have built using this. So the first one is farm traffic. So this is the new farm traffic design, and this was built using GeniuXs. So you can see it's got a header at the top. Now we uploaded the farm traffic logo and the animal logos. So GeniuX took these images and it used it to make this theme. But then GeniuX created the clouds. It created the background that you see here. It created the sun in the sky. And it took, I would say, we probably did about 6 or 7 revisions to get it to look like this. But this is the first one designed by GeniuX. We also had it redo 5hits.com. So this one you can see has a classic sidebar layout, but you can see that it's got a nice animated background. It's got a color scheme that matches what we had before, but this is all based on the latest web standards. This is the latest version of Bootstrap, or it's actually Bootstrap 4, which is the latest version that we're using in themes, but it's up to the latest web standards, so it works fine with some of our newer plugins like the banner click rewards. It works fine with the new sites and banners layout. They've done so because with the older theme and the older layout, we had the issue where the banners didn't line up with where you assign the impressions. There was that misalignment. I'm sure a lot of owners, some of you probably experienced this on your own sites, but the new theme and the new layout fixes all of that. So it just takes care of a lot of issues like that. And now we have a special Halloween theme for Traffic Splash. And this is actually the special bonus that we have to you today. And we're going to give you the link in a little while, but what we're going to give you is this theme, so you can upload this theme directly on your own website if you want to. But we're also going to give you the step-by-step prompts that we've used to create this theme. So you can upload this theme as it is, or you can take the prompts and you can put it into the GeniuX theme builder to create your own personalized version of this theme. So let's say, for example, you want the animation to be a little bit different, you want the colors to be a little bit different. You'll be able to build this theme exactly the way you want it. Hello, Robert. Welcome in. Let me go back. Let me check on our status. Okay, so this is still working. So you can see there's a status bar at the bottom, and this just gives you a rough estimate. You can see it's about halfway done. This is a rough estimate. It may jump around a little bit because the AI doesn't have, there you go. See, it just jumped up quite a bit. But the AI doesn't have a set um time that it does. It reviews its work and it continues tweaking it. So it may take, like I said, between 5 to 10 minutes to do the initial theme. It looks like it's almost done. It's right now it's at the point it's making some final tweaks. Um, so this bar might go up and down a little bit just as it's making adjustments. But then I would say probably about 2 minutes from now, it should have the theme done and we'll be able to see what it came up with. You can see in the interface here, you can go back. This is where you create a new theme. You can see you can go back, you can review any of the themes that you've already done, and you have up to 48 hours after you create and download the theme to request any revisions. So you can go back here as well to do that. There's a help menu with some tips and advice and just a reminder of what how many themes you can create a month and how many revisions you can make. And then you can see over here, this is your monthly theme limit. So you can see I've already used 3 of my 5 themes, just testing this, and this resets at the beginning of every month. So right now it doesn't use any of your AI credits. It just, everyone gets 5 themes per month. that they can do. Okay, so you can see this is almost done. See, sometimes it jumps back up and down. I have a feeling that's almost done. It's probably just doing one. Up, there we go. All right. So this is what it came up with. So you can see it's got the color scheme. So this is the initial draft right here. And you can see at the bottom that I have 9 revisions remaining. And I do want to make a few revisions. I kind of like the color scheme. I kind of like what it did. I don't want this LFMTE logo right here. I want to put the traffic splash logo here. So I'm going to say, please remove the LFMTE logo from the top of the, I'll just say sidebar, and put the, I'll say, and move the traffic splash logo in that spot. So now you can see it goes back to the theme building page. And right now it's applying my feedback. Now the revisions don't take quite as long as the initial theme building. I would say each revision takes maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Yes, yes. Okay, yeah, 5 themes, yes. Not per 5 themes per owner. So let's say, for example, I could do for this month, I could do a new farm traffic theme, I could do a traffic splash theme, and then I could do a special Halloween theme. That would be 3 of my themes for this month, and then I would still have 2 left over that I could keep um doing more with. Um yes, this is based on your existing GeniuX subscription. So if you already have the GeniuX subscription, this is available to you right now. You can just log into GeniuX.com. You can click on the theme builder, and this is available right now. If it's not available, you can get the GeniuX subscription. It's $29 a month, and that gives you all of the features in your admin panel. It gives you the GeniuX rewrites, so each of your members can use GeniuX to rewrite your affiliate toolbox messages. It gives you full access to the GeniuX AI in your admin panel, so it can build widgets. It can check your sales. It can give you sales data. It can update your sales page, your members area. Um, all of that's included. And then you get access to the LFMTE theme builder on top of that. So this doesn't use your existing credits. This is an all new feature that you get on top of everything that you already have. Okay, so now you can see, okay, it's done that pretty well. It's gotten rid of that LFMTE menu. Um, it still has this over here. So I'm gonna say, let's see. I think I'm pretty happy with everything else. I'm happy with this color scheme. Yep, that seems to be working well. Everything else looks good. So I'm gonna say, okay. Now, one thing I'll mention, when you're giving feedback, it's really helpful to tell the AI what you like about what it's done so far. If you're happy with the color scheme, if you like the animation, if you like some of the layout, sometimes it's helpful to tell the AI what you like in addition to what you want revised. That way, the AI gets an idea of what you're happy with and it tries to do more of that in the future. And also, it knows to keep that. It knows that it doesn't need to make any changes to the part that you're happy with. So I'll say um, that looks good. Let's just remove the extra animated logo. Now that we have it above the sidebar, we don't need the extra logo anymore. Now, Chase brought up a good point. You said this is where human is better than AI. Now, when you download these themes, you get access to the CSS. So if you're a graphics designer or if you have a graphics designer, you can build on top of what GeniuX already did. You can customize it if you want to. This is really helpful, though, for people who may not have access to a graphics designer who may not be familiar with CSS. Um, so this is on top of what you already have. But yeah, if you want to customize this yourself, or if you have a designer that you want to make extra tweaks, you can do that. You can customize this however you want. But this is just really helpful for people who may not have the skills to edit the CSS themselves. Um, that's really what I built this for.
The thing is, right? I hope everybody can hear me. Yes, you
Yep, I can hear you.
okay? The key to this is yes. Lots of people can do graphics, okay, but the skill here in creating a theme is the coding, the CSS, and all of that other stuff. That's where the difficulty. That's where you have to have an expert come in. I mean, I'm guaranteeing that most of you have tons of images and graphics that you've had done over the years that you could give the AI to say, this is the graphic we want included. This is the image we want included. Okay, that's the easy bit. The hard bit is what this thing does in the background. It's completely write the code, right? That's the that's the skill. That's the thing I can't do. I don't have a goddamn clue how CSS works. It would just go to crap if I try to write CSS. If I can give this thing some images and say, create a theme out of these images and write the CSS, geez, that's for us nutcases, for us people out there who have no skills whatsoever in programming, this is godsend. I mean, it took 10 minutes. I mean, whenever I want a theme being done for it, I've gone away to a graphics people. It's taken them a week to give me a theme. If I wanted a theme for Halloween, I'd have had to have ordered it a week, 10 days beforehand. Right? You can certainly decide that you want to do a special promotion between people, and you want to create a special theme for that promotion. The promotion's in 3 days' time. You've got some images. You chuck it in here. You've got your theme in 10 days. That's already in 10 minutes, not in 10 days. That's the skill here, not the graphics. It's the code that it's writing in the background.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, just the speed in which you can create a Halloween theme. I have a Halloween theme and I'm going to give you the theme to you today just as a bonus, just for coming up. You can use the theme exactly as it is. Um, but it took me 10 minutes to do this. It took me 10 minutes, and I've got this really cool animated theme that I built. Before I would have had to reach out to a graphics designer, and sometimes the graphics designers are booked up for weeks in advance. I've literally had to wait for weeks sometimes to get a graphics design back from a good designer. So if you want to do something quick like a Halloween theme or a Christmas theme, because we used to do those a lot. We used to do a lot of those, and it just got to the point where it was just difficult to do them for all of the TEs. For each holiday, so we just stopped doing that. But now with GeniuX, we can do it again. For Traffic Splash, we have a special Halloween theme just to make it fun, just to make it different to the members. And it lets the members know that as an owner, you're actively involved. You haven't abandoned your TE, you're still participating, you're still keeping it up to date. The Halloween themes really help with that. But let me go back to the theme builder because you can see it's done exactly what I asked. Now, if I was really building a new theme for Traffic Splash, I'd probably keep going with this and do a few more revisions. I still have 7 revisions left, but just for the preview, just gonna say this is good enough. I'm gonna approve it, and it says I can still request changes within 48 hours. So right now it's finalizing my theme, and my theme is ready, and there's a green download button, and I download the zip file. So I've downloaded it to my computer. And now all I need to do is go into my admin panel, go under site design and themes, and there's a new section right here that says upload a new theme. All I have to do is name it. I'm just going to call it Traffic Splash Theme. And then I don't even have to unzip the file that I downloaded. I just go to Browse. Here it is right here. I upload theme, and there it is. I click on Activate. And now when I go to my site, I'm just going to go to the home page. There it is. There is my theme. And like I said, now would be a good time to just go to your different pages, make sure everything looks right. And then from this point, you have 48 hours to request revisions. If there's anything that you don't like, you can just go back to My Themes. You pull up the theme and then you request additional changes. And then you can pick up right here. You still have 7 revisions remaining. So let's just say, for example, there we go. Let's say that I don't like these colors. Let's say instead of orange, I want to make it green. Um, I could request that revisions. I have up to 7 revisions to get this to look exactly the way I want it. Um,
Clara's got a tricky question there that I was going to answer, and I thought, do you know what? I should just shut up.
no, it does not replace your existing theme. So whenever you upload a theme in your admin panel, let me go back. So whenever you upload a theme here, it adds it in addition. And then you can go back. You can activate any of your existing themes. So let's say next year it comes back around and you have your Halloween theme. Um, you can change it to Christmas, and then next year your Halloween theme will still be here. So you can go back and you can switch and activate it. So you can upload as many themes as you want. And then if there's a theme that you really don't need anymore, let's say this is an old theme and you know you're not going to use it, there's a delete button. So you can delete the theme right here. I'm just going to go through the chat. Now, so what we showed you today is let's say this, for example, what the theme builder does is it does the theme. That is what's displayed on every site. So it's your header area, it's your menu, it's the background and footer, but it's not the content. The content, like this right here, is your sales page. You can edit this using the GeniuXs in your admin panel. So if I go back to my admin, I can go under GeniuXs GeniuXs AI, and I want to choose the page editor AI. And you can see here's some examples. So you can say, change the color of the first heading to red on the sales page. So this is just an example. So if I want to change the content right here, let's say if I want to change this headline, this isn't part of the theme. This is part of my sales page. So I can ask the GeniuXs AI in my admin panel to make those changes. The theme builder, this is for your theme. This is for your header, your menu, everything that shows on every page of your site. That is what the theme builder AI edits.
Consider the theme is what decorates your site.
Right.
It's the wallpaper and the the skirting board and the door frames. That's what you've created with the theme. Everything else, all the other pages, are all inside your site, your admin area, just so you can change the pages whenever you want there. So if you change the theme on your website, the sales page would stay the same. It's just the wrapping around those pages.
Right. And like for farm traffic, for example, we actually redid the sales page and the theme, but what the theme builder did, it created this header with the animation. We just uploaded our logo. It created this new tab menu layout. Um, But for the sales page for this section in this box, we went into the admin panel and then we asked GeniuX AI to redo our sales page. And that's where we gave it instructions for that. So it did all of this as well, but it did this from inside the admin panel. And the same goes for your members area. If you create a new theme, and you can tell the GeniuX AI, I just created a new theme. It uses the latest web standards. Can you give my sales page a new look? And the GeniuX AI in your admin panel will be able to do that. It will be able to create something that looks like this based on your existing sales page content. If you want to give your members area a fresh look, it will be able to do that as well. Any of your content pages, um, the GeniuX AI can edit. And yes, that's correct, Mick. So when you upload a new theme, your sales page will stay exactly the same unless you go into your admin panel and you specifically ask GeniuX AI to edit your sales page. The theme will use your existing sales page. Um, Now, yes, actually, Font Awesome is actually built into these new themes. So that's already available to you just when you use the default LFMTE themes. But if you have anything extra that you want to use, um, let's say you have a special library or something like that. If you have the link to it, let's say if you have the link to the JavaScript files, if you want to get a little bit more advanced, when you make a request to GeniuX, you can put that URL into the instructions. Um, and it'll know pretty well how to work with different things and how to work that into what you already have. The AI is really good at doing something like that if you give it the link to what you want it to use. The same thing with the images. If you have an image that's uploaded to your site and you don't want to upload it, you can give it the URL. If you have the URL to that image, you can say, "Can you use this logo?" And Genix is really good about understanding that. Yep, exactly. So if you are a little bit more technical and you have advanced stuff that you want to use, you can work with the AI and tell it, and it's really good at working with extra things that you might have. Okay, so now let me show you the bonus that we have for you today. Um,
Josh, before you do that, have
mhm.
you ever thought of having a developer's level for this? Because I know some bright spark is going to start selling themes to those other traffic exchange owners that are not paying, don't want to pay for this or stuff like that.
Yeah, I might think about that. That is a good idea. Yeah, right now the limit is 5 themes per owner, which I think will
I
be good for most owners.
I
You
know.
know,
I'm just saying. Some people are going to go. Do you know what? Let's get Mick to do it. Mick's smart.
yeah.
I'll pay Mick to do it.
Yeah, I might think about doing that. I might think about, I mean, right now it is in beta testing. I want to make sure that some of
I
the all of the
I,
bugs are worked out, and we are going to
I
constantly improve this.
I know that,
This is
but
just
yeah,
yeah,
but you know what's going to happen, right?
yeah. I get what you're
S-
saying. I could see somebody
Yeah,
wanting a higher
no,
limit so they can build themes for others, and
yeah,
that's something that I'll
somebody like me, for
consider.
instance, who's willing to pay somebody else to go and do it,
Yeah.
right? Yes. Sorry, Mick. uh, to throw that in there. Okay, over to you. Sorry, Josh. Carry on.
No, that's a good idea. That's definitely something that I think about. I might introduce once I know that all the bugs are worked out and everything's working good, I might introduce a higher level that has higher limits for developers or for owners who just might have a lot of sites that they want to redesign. Um,
There's always some bright spark out there wants to make a buck, Josh. You know
yeah,
this.
yeah, that's a good idea. Um, okay, so you can see right here, I've got this. This is a theme that I built. I actually built this yesterday, and it only took me 4 revisions to get it to this point, and probably about 20 minutes in total to build this. Now, what I have for you today is I'm giving you this theme as a special bonus, and this is for everyone. Even if you don't have GeniuX, everyone is getting this theme. And I'll go ahead and copy the link into chat. Let's see, send this to everyone. There, so now everyone, if you open chat, there should be if it's not already open for you, there should be a chat icon near the bottom of the webinar. And you click on that link and that'll take you to this page. And right here, you can download the theme exactly as it is. You can download it. This will give you the zip file. All you have to do is go into your admin panel, go under site design, themes, upload that zip file, and you have this theme right here on your site. But let's say that you want to get the GeniuX theme builder. If you scroll down, I have given you every prompt and every revision that I used to make this theme. And I didn't even use any custom images or anything. I actually skipped that. And all I did was I put this into that initial instructions prompt. I said, create a cool, fun, spooky theme for Halloween. Include some pumpkins and some ghosts with cool animation effects. Be fun and creative, but ensure that the menu is user-friendly and the text is readable. And then right away, that gave GeniuX came back with this initial concept. Now, in the very first draft, some parts of the site were a little bit difficult to read. It used a dark background here. And then when I logged into my members area and I went through the different pages, I saw that some parts of the site just didn't show up very well against that background. But now, when you create a theme, you still have 48 hours to go back and request revisions. So for revision one, I said, I like the concept. Remember, it's good to tell the AI what you like about the theme. But then I said, the dark shade in the top section of the header is good, but can you try using a lighter background in the area below the navigation bar? So you can see that's where it did right here. It still has this dark background here, but you can see everything below the navigation bar is a lighter color. And this helped everything show up a lot better throughout the site. So this was my second revision. Um, the next revision, it had, like it did before, by default, it had the LFMTE logo at the top. Now we had that in the theme, so if you do upload your own logo, you can tell it to replace the LFMTE theme with your own logo. We thought it would be good to just have a placeholder logo here. But for this theme, I didn't need that at all. So I just told GeniuX to get rid of that, and it did it. That was an easy revision. Now, initially, it had, you can see these little twinkles here. Originally, it had a lot more of them in the header, and it was behind the text and everything, and I thought it looked a little bit cluttered. So for my next revision, what I asked it to do is try removing the sparkles and see how that looks. And now this next part, this is really just a technical thing that I did for making this theme available for everyone. So by default, it had my site name hard coded in there. It said Traffic Splash, which normally if I was designing a theme for my own site, that would be fine. But since I wanted this to be for everyone, I wanted it so you could just upload the theme and it would automatically put your site name here. So if I uploaded this on 5 hits, it would say 5 hits here. If I uploaded this on farm traffic, it would say farm traffic here. So to get it to do that, I just asked it to use PHP to put the site name in the header. And originally it said Happy Halloween up here and then the site name down here. And I wanted to reverse that. I wanted the site name on top. So I just said, put the site name where it currently says Happy Halloween and then put the subtitle to say Happy Halloween. And then the very last revision I did, when it took out the sparkles completely, I thought it looked a little bit plain. So I said, let's just try adding a couple sparkles off to the side. So you can see that's what it did in this final draft here. So you can see it's got two sparkles that are kind of off to the side. They're not overlapping everything, so it doesn't make everything look too cluttered. But I thought this was a good balance. So you've got the animated pumpkins and the ghost over here. You've got these sparkles off to the side. And this was the point where I was happy with it. So this is where I downloaded my theme and I took the zip file. And that zip file that I got directly from GeniuX is what I have right here from this download. So the reason I'm giving this all to you is if you're not quite happy with this, if let's say you want a lighter color or if you want more pumpkins or more ghosts, you can create your own version of this. You can replicate my process right here, and then whatever you want to customize or whatever you want to be different, you can modify these instructions to say whatever you want so you can get this theme to look exactly the way that you want it to using the GeniuX theme builder. Okay, I think that about covers everything that I have for you today. Are there any questions, comments? What does everyone think? And yes, that's correct, Eva. This is the special bonus for coming to the webinar. Now I might record it. I might make this available to people who watch the recording. Because I know there's some people who don't want to or who aren't able to attend the webinars live just because of the scheduling, or maybe they have other things that they need to do. So I am trying to make a point of recording the webinars and making that available to everyone who wants to watch it. Yeah, this is a special bonus for attending or for watching the webinar. Okay, yeah, that's a good point, Clara. And I might add some instructions here just to clarify that let's see, yeah, clarify that the theme is separate from the sales page. Now the AI can edit both of them. It can do the theme and then it can do the sales page separately, but yeah, I might just clarify that they are separate. To edit the theme, you would use the theme builder inside GeniuX, and then to edit the sales page, you would go to your admin panel and then you would go to GeniuXs AI and you would go to your page editor right here to edit your sales page. Okay, any other questions, comments, or feedback? And just in case you don't have a GeniuX account, I'm just going to copy the link to the main GeniuX page. And I'll put it in the chat. So that's GeniuX. This is our AI that we built just for LFM. It integrates with your admin panel. It integrates with your affiliate toolbox. We've got something called GeniuX Rewrite. So all of your affiliate tools, it can rewrite your emails for a specific audience. Let's say, for example, I'm promoting Traffic Splash. I've got my emails. And let's say Clara wants to promote Traffic Splash to her members. Using GeniuX Rewrite, she could tell the AI inside Traffic Splash, she could say, I want to promote Hungry for Hits. Can you tailor my messages specifically to my members? And GeniuX will rewrite the emails to her members so she can just copy and paste them and mail them out. And then it's got all of these other, let me go back to my admin panel. It's got all of these other AIs. It's got the widget creator, so it can create a calculator. You can see one thing that I wanted to create was I wanted to be able to look up IP addresses so I could see what country a member was from. So I've got a widget that can do that. You can create a top surfers widget. So whenever you log into your admin panel, you can see the top 10 members who have surfed the most that day. GeniuX can do all of that. It can edit any of your pages. It can edit your sales page. You can even say something like, Provide a summary of the sales page and describe some ways that it can be improved. And GeniuX can help you brainstorm marketing ideas for how you can improve your sales page. So it can do so much stuff. It can also look up your stats. It can say how much cash has been given out in prizes over the last 30 days. You can say how many pages were surfed on May 19th, 2023. You can ask us specific questions like that, and it can do all of that within your admin panel. So you're getting all of that, and then you're also getting the new theme builder all included with one subscription to GeniuX. So that's the link right there, just in case if you don't have a GeniuX account, just all you have to do is use the same email address that you have on your LFMTE account, and then it will automatically connect your GeniuX account with your LFM sites. All right. Any other questions, comments, or feedback? Yes, the theme builder does have a footer. And so by default, it is there and it's commented out. But if you want the footer to be visible, or if you want specific things in your footer, you can just put that into your instructions prompt for the theme builder. You can say, I want to include a footer and I want it to have a link to my support desk. My support desk is here. I want to have social links, a link to my Facebook account, and Genix can put all of that into your footer. So yes, it can build your footer exactly the way you want it, and you can give it the exact links that you want it to include, and it can do all of that automatically. All right, so just for anyone who may have missed it earlier, I'm just gonna um, copy this link again. This is the bonus for everyone for coming out today. Um, and it includes the zip file directly to the theme. And also, if you scroll down, if you're not already a GeniuX member, you can click this link right here, and um, you can create a GeniuX account. Okay, so those are the announcements that we have for you today. Let's open it up. Do you have anything for us? Any questions, any feedback, anything you want us to go over? We don't want these owners meetings to just be us announcing new features. We want you to provide us feedback on what you want to see. Um, any updates you want to see, and also any idea for new plugins. Um, this idea that we have for you today for the theme builder, this came from your feedback. This came from owners saying, we've got the banner click rewards and I'm having trouble getting it working. And, some owners expressed frustration with trying to hire a graphics designer or trying to update their theme. So this idea came from your feedback. We wanted to make it easier for you to be able to create new themes based on the latest web standards. So anything that you're having issues with on your site, anything that you're frustrated with, let us know. Let us know how we can make LFMTE better for you. Um, the script updates, they are coming along. The script is fully up to date. The script itself is fully up to date. It will work on PHP 8.4, which is the latest version. All we need to do now, we've got about half of the plugins updated. Actually, a little bit more than half are now updated. We're going to keep going through those existing plugins. As we update them, we're going to make them updated to PHP 8. We're going to make sure they're updated to the latest version of MySQL. We're going to make sure that they're updated to the latest web standards so everything looks good in these themes. I know right now some of the older plugins, for example, the Square Banners plugin still has that older layout. So even if you have the new theme, you might have that issue where the images don't quite line up with credits. We're going to fix that when we do the square banners update. So we're going to make sure everything's up to date. Everything looks good in the latest web browsers. We're just going to go through each plugin one at a time, and hopefully by the end of the year, everything, all of the plugins should be up to date. Hey, any other? Um, yep, yep. Team surfing is on the list. Team surfing is one of the ones that we still want to update. And I'm also rethinking team surfing a little bit. I know there's a few issues just with the way that it works. For example, if somebody gets um requests to join a team and the owner never responds, and then they join another team, and then when they finally respond, it switches them, and it's just a little bit confusing. So we want to make that a little bit easier. I think I'm going to base it more on the way things work at Traffic Era, just because that's such a well-established team surfing site. Um, I think I'm just gonna. I think that solves a lot of the issues. We perfected a lot of the team surfing stuff there over the years, so I'm probably going to take some ideas from that and make the team surfing plugin work with that. So yeah, I want to get some of those. And yeah, the winners as well. A history page would be good if you can see, over the previous weeks, which teams won, which members had the most points, stuff like that. I think all of those would be good additions to the team surfing plugin. So when we get to the plugin, we're going to update the PHP, we're going to update the HTML, and then we're also implementing some of that feedback as we go along. Um, Now, if you're having a specific issue with cron jobs or with the database, um, one thing you might want to check is I'll just use this window. I'll go to the LFMTE homepage. If you click on requirements, I'll just post this in here. Those are the server requirements for the site. So right now, like I said, even though the script does support PHP 8.4 now, some of the plugins still require 7.4, so we're still recommending this. But if you take that page and you give it to your hosting provider, they should be able to make sure that each of these are switched on and these settings are all lined up. And also, we recommend MariaDB. We don't recommend MySQL. We recommend MariaDB. The recommended version is 10.6, but like I said, the script itself supports the latest version of MariaDB, and we're updating the plugins one at a time. And each time that we update a plugin, we're testing it. We're testing it with PHP 8.4 and the latest MariaDB. So by the end of the year, we hope that we hope to update all these requirements to the latest PHP and the latest um, database version. For right now, yeah, if you are having an issue, I would recommend taking that page, sending it to your host provider so they can make sure the server is configured exactly how it needs to be. And if you're still having issues, send us a support ticket. Um, I'll put in the link here. It's logiscape.com/support. And then just submit a ticket, select LFMTE, and then just let us know what you're having issues with, and then we'll be able to check if there's any bugs with the script or if it might be a settings issue. We'll be able to help you out from there. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea, Clara. Having it so you can't invite someone who's already in a team. Um, I'll take a look at Traffic Era. That's that's a well-established team surfing site. It was one of the first team surfing sites, but I know that they've even before I owned the site, they made a lot of updates to accommodate issues that people were having with team surfing. So I think that would be a good base model for LFMTE. So I'll take some of the stuff that was done on Traffic Era and put it into LFMTE, and that should make the team surfing run a lot smoother. Okay, I'm just scrolling through the chat to make sure I haven't missed anything. All right, are there any other questions, comments, or feedback? And anything you want to add, Robert, that I may have missed or
Oh dear, excuse me. No, I think you've covered everything.
okay.
I mean, other than the points I made about it's the coding is the key here, not the graphics.
Yeah.
That's what makes this so special.
We do have a Teams community. Let me see. Let me see if I have the invite link to the community. Okay, yep. So we have a community on Teams, and I'll paste the invite link here. And we have, yeah, there's a lot of other owners in there that can provide advice if you need help with anything. If you need feedback from us, we're in there as well. Like I said, if you're having a specific issue on your site and you need one-on-one support, the support desk is the place to go for that. But if you want general advice, if you want to brainstorm ideas, if you want to network with other owners, if you want to schedule cross promos and stuff like that, the Teams community is the best place to do that. So there's the invite link, and we recommend all LFMTE owners to join us in there. That's a great resource for owners. Yeah, thanks, Dwayne.
I may get into trouble for this, but that is not a place to complain about LFMT or LFM or us or the team. Okay? If you have a complaint, bring it to us, not to the community. All that does is stirs up stuff that and winds us up. If you have a
Yeah,
specific problem, bring it to the support desk and we'll fix it.
yeah. Like I said, we do like constructive feedback, if
Yes.
there's anything that's not working. But yeah, if you do have a
Yeah.
specific
But we have
issue,
had one or
then
two people in there that just went in there to stir the crap,
yeah.
basically. I said that nicely.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. We like constructive feedback. We
right.
like to know how to make the products better.
It's there for you to all work together to find ways to promote each other and all that kind of stuff. You know, if you want support for the script or for the stuff we're doing, you come to the support desk, really.
Yeah,
And there'll be lots of times when the things you brought up, okay, it's been brought up like 50 million times before, and the people in that room will know it and say, "Oh, that's easy. You just do this." So that is a good place for that. But yeah,
okay.
I'm done.
Hey, yep, I think I'm done as well. So yeah, I appreciate everyone for coming out today and all the feedback. Like I said, as you start using this, if you have ideas of issues that you run into, if you notice any bugs, please let us know. Right now, um, we're considering beta testing this, and we're going to keep making improvements. We're going to keep tweaking it as we get your feedback, but just let us know what you think. Let us know what's working or if there's any issues, and we want to keep making this better for you.